want to talk a little bit about a bill that's before the Oregon House, which is House Bill 3974. It's proposed by Mark Gamba, Representative Mark Gamba, that is. And his solution, or proposed solution, to dealing with what he deems as a high screening cost is to cap screening fees at $20 per applicant. Now, this ignores the fact that application fees exist in all industries, including government, because there's administrative costs with somebody processing an application. There's all kinds of other things we could talk about why application fees exist and why they benefit both the resident and the landlord and the community. But just setting that aside for the moment, there's a couple issues here. One, some of the reason that application fees exist besides just the administrative side is purchasing data. Now, some of that data is what we call criminal background information, and if the state of Oregon is serious about that, maybe they should give away that information to screening companies and they can pass that savings on to the housing providers in Oregon. That would be a much better idea than charging everybody and capping what someone's income can be when the expense is going to far exceed that. That's going to reduce access to housing. And that's really actually the primary point. And the major area of concern here is that Oregon is struggling to produce housing. The governor has made it a priority to create more housing, but at the end of the day, you could build as much housing as you want, but if nobody wants to own and hold that property, then nobody's going to build it. And the Oregon legislature and people like Mark Gamba continue to support draconian rules that make it really difficult for people to own rental property in the state of Oregon. And the problem with that is that those people are moving their money elsewhere. We've seen that trend happen, especially over the last 7 years, maybe longer, since inclusionary zoning went into effect. Obviously, rent control has caused more problems there. But I can tell you right now, capping an expense, a true expense, and expecting there to be no adverse consequences is pretty short-sighted. And I really hope, for the sake of Oregon, for the sake of people who rent in Oregon and the housing providers, that the legislature takes a more serious approach to creating policy and not just looking for quick fixes like capping screening fees. If you could just simply cap the cost of something, I'm sure we would implement all sorts of price controls across industries. There's a reason we don't do that. It does not work. And so hopefully this bill does not pass, but I wanted to just raise a general concern about this type of thinking because it's something that is prevalent in the Oregon legislature and just contributes to more problems and is the reason we are in the situation we are and have a lack of housing and higher cost.